Here we are. Welcome in, Buckeye Backers. We don't have the intro video ready, so we're going to jump right into it. We're here with the anchor of the 2026 Ohio State recruiting class, Max Riley. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad. Hey, things got started and kind of blew up for your sophomore year, right? That's when it really got going. You had that initial offer from Toledo, right?
Toledo, my freshman year, yeah.
Freshman year. And then all of a sudden it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
Man, how does
Yeah,
it feel?
went. Yeah.
How does it feel
It's crazy. It's pretty surreal. It feels good. Just grateful to be part of this program. I graduated high school in, I think, like 37 days, which is pretty crazy to think about. And I'm just excited to get down there.
So 4-star versatile offensive lineman. You could play anywhere on the offensive line, right? Do you have a spot where you want to play or wherever the team needs you? What's your plan for when you join Ohio State?
Just wherever the team needs me. I've been talking to Coach Bowen about it quite a bit. Honestly, I'm just going to be available in whatever capacity I can be available in. It'll probably just depend on like who goes to the NFL and stuff and where spots need to be filled. So I've played left tackle. I've played right tackle, played left guard, played center. I haven't played right guard yet, but I've rep it with my trainer at T3. So I just get used to everything.
Yeah. So graduating in 37 days, does that mean early enrollee?
Yep.
Coming in early. Do you know any of the other guys in the class that might be coming in early too?
Yeah, I think it's just about everybody besides one or two people.
It's kind of a trend that way now. Like it's almost like you got to get early, get your body ready, and get ready to start ball at a major level. You know, coming off of a national title, Ohio State's cream of the crop,
no doubt.
And we're going to bring in Cody Croy because he's the one that got this all set up, and he's going to ask you a few questions too. So welcome to the show, Cody. How you doing, man? I couldn't hear you. I don't know if it was.
I'm doing well.
Muted. There we go. All right, Cody. You got a couple questions for Max, man.
Yeah. So obviously, Buckeye Nation was kind of hit with shocking news whenever Coach Fry left to go to the NFL. Just kind of take us through your mindset as that happened and how that kind of affected your recruitment. Obviously, you're committed. I assume you have a good rapport with Coach Bowen, but just kind of take us through that process a little bit.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think Coach Fry was at my school like 2 days before he left. I like woke up the next day or something. I checked Twitter or whatever, and I see some reports that he might leave. I'm like, all right, nothing's happened yet. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And then Coach Day texts me later that night. He's like, can I give you a call? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And he calls me. He's like, yeah, Coach Fry might be leaving. All I ask is that you just give me some time. I'll find a great line coach that fits here. Just build a relationship with them. Until then, let's talk like once every 3 days and stuff. Keep the relationship building. Then Coach Bowen comes in with Coach Johnson and Coach Dickey, a great group of guys. And I just hit it off with them. I mean, I was talking to at least one of them every single day up until I committed. So just kept building a relationship with all of them.
It's good to hear. You've obviously been a great player for years now, but how do you feel that you've really grown this senior season, and how have you kind of applied that to just the kind of player that you want to be?
Yeah, I'd just say it's my ability to respond to adversity. Went up against a lot of great players this past year, and just like you're not going to win every rep. That should be your goal. But if you miss one, don't lead it to missing another. Like have that, goldfish memory, refresh, next play, dominate. And then you got to think you're going up to Ohio State. You're going to go against the best players in the country every single day in practice. You're not going to win every rep, but it's going to make you a lot better. So just
iron sharpens iron.
No doubt.
So that's one of the things that I wanted to get into. Like the culture at Ohio State is second to none now. Ryan Day has done such an excellent job bringing not just the best recruits in the nation, but the best recruits with the best backgrounds, the best families, the best work ethic. It's just something different. And I don't know if it was since, the national title, if things have changed, but it seemed like it was built before that. Can you just speak on like how you feel the culture is different than anywhere else that you've visited, or the coaching staffs that you've talked to, or the players that are on Ohio State's team versus some of the other cultures at maybe some of the other places that you've been or seen?
Yeah, I had the privilege of visiting a lot of schools across the country, just getting to experience a lot of different cultures and player environment. And I visited Ohio State like double the amount of times I visited anywhere else. I think I'm going on like 15 or 16 visits at this point.
Mhm.
But just seeing that culture and also the change in the culture from when I first visited, like my freshman year to now, has been crazy to see. So I'm just really excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I always say it's like a five-star player, but also a five-star personality. Everything around the program is set up for success. You just have to have that grinded out mentality. And from the looks of everything on the field, it seems like you have that grinder mentality when you step on that field. They talked about it today at the Woody Hayes facility. Once you step across that red line, it's time to turn that switch on. And we were talking to Edric Houston, and he's like, Ryan Day tries to present it like King Kong, man. You have to turn that switch on, and that's the animal you have to play like on the field. You have that King
Yep.
Kong in you.
Yeah, I like to think so. Weapon X style. Got to have those two
Yeah.
alternate personalities. We got to save one for practice and games, and then the other just try and be the best person you can be off the field.
But and that's the other thing to it too. Edric Houston was still like, you know what? When you get off, there's all that support on the sideline. There's the coaches that want to be there for you. There's the support personnel. There's everyone from top to bottom. Anything you need, if it's mental health, it's there too. So you can turn that switch off and have someone to talk to. And you need to be able to do both. You have to have that animalistic instinct on the field, but you also have to have the nice off the field persona. And I believe I just saw a video not too long ago about how you stayed after practice, would clean up the field, would clean up the locker room. So you have that persona off the field too, that you're a good person and you like to help out wherever you can.
Yeah,
Can you speak
definitely.
to
I
a
try
little bit
to.
about how off the field you have to be a strong person too, just as you are on the field?
Yeah, I'd say it's a big part, a testament to my faith, really. Just what I'm called to do and honor Jesus and all that I do. It's very important to me. Just keeping my faith number one in my life. Truthfully, that's just how I was raised. It's what I believe,
Absolutely.
and it's definitely helped me out a lot.
And that's a big part of the culture at Ohio State too. The
Yeah,
players, from the players
Steve,
up.
if I could
Yeah,
just
jump
jump
in there.
in.
Yeah.
Speaking to that, obviously, like Steve just mentioned, Ohio State really big on their faith. Guys like Trevion Henderson, Will Howard. How did that kind of impact your recruitment? And when did you realize that you could use your platform at a place like Ohio State to sort of spread that message?
Yeah, I definitely say it's just with those guys that came before, and just seeing kind of like that revival that took place. You see guys like Travion Henderson, Emeka Buka, even like Luke Montgomery, who's my host on my official visit, just speak out on their faith and say how important it is to them. And I think a lot of it comes with like the pressure that comes with being an Ohio State football player, and just all the outside noise, all the social media stuff, and just having a set like base and knowing where your value truly comes from, that allows you and enables you to play better on the field.
Absolutely. I think Cody's got some more questions for you. Fire away, Cody.
I have just one more question.
Got it.
Right.
Obviously, I saw in one of your posts that you and Sam Greer, you guys train together. So what's it going to be like to sort of, to become teammates with a guy that you've trained with? I assume you guys have been friends. What does that kind of mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Sam's a great guy. He comes from a great family. Getting him just 2 weeks after I committed was awesome, just to have someone in the class to be with. And then also having someone that's similar values, similar person, and similar personality. And then getting to know him, we started training with our trainer at T3 together every week since after he committed. We've been doing that for the past about 6 months. And then also after we train, we'll go get like food or something, just talk ball, talk about whatever, talk about life. Talk about our faiths too. That's very important to both of us. I went down to Sam's hometown and saw him get baptized, which is really special. So
Nice.
definitely looking forward to, we're going to be roommates as well. So looking forward to that.
Well, I want to thank you for your time. I think we're going to let Brian come on and ask you some questions, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Brian, Brian,
Hey,
Buckeye Stats. He puts a lot of stats out there. Welcome to the show, Brian.
hey, thanks for having me, Max. It's really cool to meet you, and good to hear about your faith. And I think you're a welcome addition to the squad, and really excited to have you on the team and follow you along in the coming years. I don't know if you wanted to follow up with the last question, if you wanted to bring up. Yeah. So, Max, does this map mean anything to you at all?
Yeah, that looks like where me, Mason, Landry, and Sam are all from.
Yeah, that is wild to me. I was looking at the recruits in this class, the offensive line recruits, and that's just wild to me. So, do the four of you, did you guys know each other at all? Like before this, can you just speak to the four of your guys' relationship at all? Because I'm really intrigued by that.
Yeah, so Landry, Sam, and I, we all train at the same gym, T3 Performance in Avon, Ohio, with our trainer, Dale Roddick, who runs the Lyman Lab. It's helped me out a lot. It's helped the three of us out a lot, just working on our craft and stuff. And then Mason, I met him at the National Championship celebration. So, and then when he committed, we're just going to keep building that relationship and getting to know all those guys better. So,
that is pretty cool.
That is really cool. You guys could carpool down to Columbus if you wanted to.
I was actually thinking about that.
That is really cool.
Awesome. The other thing about it is all from the same area, all in Ohio, like that special bond that you could build just from the start. I think that's pretty awesome to have you guys so close and an offensive line group, mostly from Ohio, right? I mean, you got your boy out west too in Arizona.
Yeah, you got to put him on the map too.
Yeah, you have to get two separate maps for that.
Yeah, that carpool will be a little tougher though. All right, so we can't have a segment with me without having stats. So I don't know if you want to pull up the PFF piece. So are you familiar with PFF at all and how they do their grading system?
A little bit.
So this has become really popular in the last few years in particular as people get access to these. So we have been putting these up, and a lot of people have been putting these up. These become available pretty much almost instantaneously after the games, maybe 2-3 hours after the games. And, it's very common practice when you're an Ohio State player, an Ohio State lineman. People watch the games and like, man, you whiffed on a block or you did good on the block, and you get a lot of eyes on you. That's common. This takes it to a whole nother level, Max, where couple hours after the game, people are posting these grades, and it's rack and stacked. And you see Josh Padilla. I'm sure you've seen his grades, and people are like, man, he should be getting more snaps and more reps over somebody else. And you talk about the stress, and I'm glad to hear about your faith, and you have something to lean on because that's great. But I just kind of wanted to get your take as a player and someone coming in. How do you feel about that, where you get that instantaneous feedback about like how you did, and it's not just visually, but an actual grade? As a player, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I know PFF does their own grades and stuff. I know Ohio State does their own grades. And I think Coach Day just recently upped the champion grade out from an 80% to an 83%, which set the standard. So I think that's another way that they kind of use that just to, see how you're doing and stuff at Ohio State. So I'm not really sure how PFF does it and stuff. I've never really gotten too much into that, but
yeah, I mean, I think they'll use it as a tool. It's a grading system, but Ohio State has their own grading system, and they're going to go by that. Obviously, they know the plays, they know the matchup, they know where you're supposed to be at the second level, and PFF might know a little bit of it, but it's kind of a general tool to help grade you too, and almost instantaneously the public gets to see it. And I think that's where he's getting at. Like everything at Ohio State is public right away, so you got to have that strong, kind of like you said, that goldfish mentality, get that out of my way and move on to the next thing and kind of work on. And Ryan Day talked about it again today. He's like, we've accomplished nothing. None of that stuff counts. You lose the next game and nothing in the past matters anymore. It doesn't matter that you beat Texas in week 1. And you kind of have to have that attitude for competitive excellence for the duration of the season and keep building and keep building. And right now they're trying to go back to back. how cool would that be to come into a team that's won back-to-back national titles, and you'll probably be able to get to be a part of it going to some of those bowl games later on in the season. And that's going to be a quick introduction to Ohio State football.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I know, I think it's the seniors that like take a vote to see if we get to come along. So hopefully that happens and we get to travel for the playoff games. So
yeah, that would be awesome. It was cool seeing the guys there last year. Everyone was decked out, ready to go, and you kind of become a member of the team at that point when you're traveling with them, going to those and kind of seeing what it's like on the field. And what better way to start than at a national title run?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I mean, not to get ahead of ourselves, but if you were to experience that and they were to get back-to-back championships, you guys would be, I think we talked about this on our show last time, the last team to win back-to-back was, I think, in the 1940s. It was
1936. It was Minnesota. Yeah.
Jeez.
So that'd be pretty special.
We're jumping way ahead of ourselves. But.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. I do have another question, not related to stats, but this is one that I'm super curious about, and something that as a recruit you're going through right now. How does it work? Like when you see a guy that's decommitted or that the team's going after, and you're seeing them on social media, and like, do you guys go after them like on the DMs or on social media, like, hey, come to Ohio State? Like, how do you guys do that? Do you guys actively try to recruit them, or do you just kind of just flippantly just like say, hey, come to Ohio State, just leave it at that? Or like, is it like super serious, like get on the phone and actively try to recruit them? Like, I'm like super curious about how that works.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely depends on like the circumstance. Like for example, I committed like 2 weeks before Sam did. I called him actually before I called Coach Day. I called Coach Bowen first, talked to Coach D, talked to some family members. Coach Day was actually on a visit with his son, so I was waiting a little bit to call him. So I'm like, all right, I'm calling Sam because I got to get him here stat. So I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm coming. Like, we need you and stuff. So then 2 weeks later, I get a call from Sam, and Sam's like, guess what? I'm coming. And I was like, that's awesome, dude. So I'd say that's definitely a way, like, just building that relationship and stuff, and just showing people how much it means to be a Buckeye. And then also, like, after I committed, I reached out to a bunch of dudes, a lot of Ohio dudes, just trying to build the class and stuff. So,
man, it seems like you did a good job.
Yeah.
That class is building, it's building strong, man. I'm super excited for you guys coming in.
For sure.
I gotta give you some other props, but I'm gonna let Cody. He had another question for you. He wanted to jump in here and ask. And speaking of national titles, this is the perfect time to ask that question.
Yeah, you talked about just kind of being there for a national title. You went to the parade, correct? What was that kind of like, that experience?
Yeah, that was pretty surreal. I mean, only one team wins the national championship, and then just seeing all the coaches and just seeing that it's a bit more like a lighthearted mood than when you come down for the games and stuff, because, the job's accomplished for that year. So just seeing that and being a part of it. And I talked to Coach Day for a good bit after that. So if you're like the head coach of a national championship program is putting time aside to talk to you, like, it just means something. So
for sure. Yeah. And I feel like there's like a different level today now. After he's won that national title, there's like a more like almost calm, but like when he says stuff now, people listen a little bit more intently. They're like, all right, this is a national title head coach. There's that notch on the belt, and he's got this kind of attitude and this competitive excellence that's gone even higher. I mean, he was already, as almost as high as you can get, but then he's like got a piece of that national title. I just give me some more, and wants more of that. And it's like once you got a piece of that, I just need some more. I just want to get another national title. And I feel like he's on his way to do it. This season, they look like the number one team, and they have that attitude, that culture already that, like, we're not going to settle for less. We're going to just keep moving on. We've accomplished nothing. It's just great to see in Ryan Day, because, he had to overcome some adversity himself after last year.
No doubt.
So it's awesome to see for the team, for him, for you joining that program. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Well, to piggyback off that, Max, I mean, have you noticed that? I mean, you've known Ryan Day for a few years now. Like, did you notice a change in him, talking with him, visiting with him on the phone, in person, texting after he won the national championship, after the team won? Did you notice a change, or was he the same?
I'd say, I mean, he's been the same person. He's always been just a very real, down to earth person. I was talking to my parents about that before I committed, just like how out of all the head coaches and stuff I've talked to, he's just been the most humble guy you could possibly imagine. And then seeing him win the Natty, you can't think of a person that deserves that more. And I truly believe that's the first of many. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time. Get some more of those trophies, some more hardware. Can't wait to see it. Before we let you go, I wanted to give you a little congratulations here. The SWC Lineman of the Year. You just posted that out not too long ago. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Cool. That's really cool.
And hopefully more of these are to come at the next level too.
Yep. That's the goal.
Is there a position that you like really love to play more than others on the offensive line?
If I had to pick one, I'd probably say guard, just because I like to pull. So that's probably the main reason. But I think like our offense at my high school, it's mainly just the guard pulling. But with college and the level of Ohio State's offense, everyone's pulling. I remember seeing one play last year with Coach Kelly's offense. I saw like 3 or 4 dudes pull. So everyone's pulling.
When they had those counter schemes too, there was a lot of pulling. From a tackle and center even. Yeah,
for sure.
All right. Well, one last thing before you go, Max. Let's be real. You were never going to Clemson, were you? You were always going to be a Buckeye, weren't you?
I think like just deep down, just the family connect. Like I always grew up a Buckeye fan, and I just don't think I could have lived with myself passing up the opportunity to be a Buckeye. Just because I have pictures of myself from all age ranges, from when I was 6 months old. My parents got me a custom Ohio State jersey when I was 12. And I'm like, I can't let that kid down. Like, I got to go fulfill this opportunity.
For sure.
Yeah, nothing against Clemson and them folks out there, but I mean, that scarlet and gray runs deep, brother.
No doubt.
Actually, I got another one. Since you talked about it, you just made me think. For a young football player out there, maybe a high school player, maybe even middle schooler down below, do you have any advice to them to try to fulfill that dream of one day running out that tunnel at Ohio Stadium as a member of the Buckeyes?
Yeah, my motto this year with my line coach has been keep the faith. Just in whatever you do, no matter the results of the day, whatever the past play was, however your lift went or whatever, just keep the faith. One day at a time, one rep at a time, one workout, practice, whatever it may be, just keep getting better every day. That's all you can control at the end of the day. So
that's awesome. It sounds like you got the mindset already to be a Buckeye. I can't wait to see you in the scarlet and gray. Good luck to you in preparing.
Thank you.
You're almost there, man. It's not too far away. You excited?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm ready.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. I can't wait to see you pulling and knocking someone on their butt when you're out running as fast as you can, man.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Right. Thanks, Mac.
Well, appreciate you joining us. Go get some sleep so you can knock someone out tomorrow, all right?
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Right. Yep, we'll see you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. What a great dude. He sounds like he's ready to be a Buckeye.
Yeah. And honestly, too, he's got that mindset. All the great Buckeyes, it seems like, they just also been just great mentally, ready and prepared mentally to handle all the weight that comes with being a Buckeye. Very excited for him to come to the team. And again, early enrollee, he's done everything. Do you think about what it takes to be an early enrollee? Like, you have to have all your academics already prepared, years in advance. You have to physically be ready. I mean, he's been waiting for this his whole life. I mean, I'm just excited for all these guys to come in this winter and experience that, man. That's exciting. What an exciting time for these guys.
For sure. I mean, like you said, he's living his childhood dream. And we bring this map back up because I think that this is really important for an offensive line. You got to gel real quick as an offensive line. These guys have already had something to gel about, right? They're close. They're in that Cleveland corridor, let's call it, and close enough to each other they could carpool down to Ohio State. So they have that connection already. Three of them are working out together right now.
Training together. That's so crazy. And he said him and Sam are already going to be rooming together, and he watched them get baptized. And I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is real. I can't wait for this.
I mean, and you think about that too. He says he wants. I mean, Sam's a big guy.
Yep.
Sam's a big dude. Like Sam's not. Sorry, Sam. You're a big dude. You're not going to be a guard. You know, yeah. Max says he'd like to be a guard. I mean, imagine you're a guard tackle combo on the same side. Mm-hmm. You need to have communication.
Oh yeah.
Like I play offensive line. Like you have to have communication with the person you're next to. You have to know them. It's kind of like being a quarterback and a wide receiver. You have to have good communication. Those two guys. Like if they're on the same side, like
watch out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a combo to watch. I'm telling you right now. That's exciting.
Sam's listed as a tackle. He's 6'8".
Listed as 6'8". That's what I'm saying. He's a big freaking dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait. If they're on the same side, that's gonna be the strong side.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And they have that connection already. Like you said, you got to have a rapport. Offensive line, you got to be giving signals. You got to play as one almost. You got to know when the other guy is going to push another guy off to you. You got to know when you're covering for him, and you got to be able to communicate.
Yep.
They already got that. Before they step foot on campus, they have it.
Yeah.
It's going to be something special.
That's exciting. All right, UCLA. Are we ready?
Are we breaking into? I can't get off of this. That was pretty awesome to have Max on here to give his time and to see really truly into the mindset of an Ohio State offensive lineman getting ready to take it to the next level, man. Did you see his face light up when he was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Lifelong dream. I had to throw the heater in there at the end about it. I mean, because we had talked about it. We had prepped for the show and we had gone through, some of the posts he had up there. And, the post he had of him as a kid, and the Ohio State gear, the one where he posted about Tony Stark and Carmen, Ohio from, years ago. And we had made the joke. It's like, come on, it was always Ohio. It was like flirting with Clemson. That's cute and all, but it was always going to be Ohio. And I had to throw that heater in there at the end.
Oh, for sure.
And you saw
a great answer.
Yeah. And you saw the twinkle in his eye. He said it, like
born and bred. He was always a Buckeye.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see, especially in the offensive linemen, man. You want to see those road grinders like I was born to be here, the guys that are going to get nasty in the trenches. And
right.
I have a feeling when we're going through those highlights, we're going to be like, man, that was fun to watch.
Right.
When he's born as a guard, probably, I'm assuming, but he's versatile. He can play anywhere.
Right.
If they need him, he's going to be there. He's that type of guy.
It's those guys where you pull up the Cleveland corridor when we go play against that team up north, that they're going to understand.
Yep.
That I hate to use the moniker from the SEC, but it just means more, right?
Yeah, it does. And it does at Ohio State, and that's why a lot of the SEC schools call Ohio State like the SEC of the North, because Ohio State it does mean more at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And it means so much more that the SEC is now second place.
I'd sign up for that. I do agree with that. They are second place.
Hey, while we're on here, I just thought of this.
Yeah.
I saw earlier today, speaking of all these conferences, Michigan State, they got in a bit of trouble.
Oof. Here we go.
They got in a bit of trouble, and they're actually going to have some wins vacated. And it just got me thinking, now wait, you said that you don't want these guys to be affected by something that previous schools did
Mm-hmm.
in the Michigan case. I don't know if you guys heard about that, saw that, but I thought of that just now.
Yeah, double standards, man.
It doesn't seem like the NCAA ever has any consistency. It'll always swing one way and then swing back the other, and you never know what you're going to get with the NCAA.
No,
I mean, they're going to hammer one team and then the other team they're not. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. All I'm going to say is let's move on to UCLA because UCLA has UCLA is not a good team. Do they have anything on Ohio State? I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
What is it? Challenge flag.
I mean,
you're throwing the challenge flag.
I'm throwing the challenge flag.
Statistical challenge. Here we go.
Throwing
What
the
do you got?
statistical challenge.
What do you got?
So I don't know if you want to bring up the stats that we have on the teams here. So no, not the blocking
not the
grades.
blocking grades. What do you want?
Blocking
here?
grades. It's the one with the Excel spreadsheet on. No,
that's not the one either.
No, the one with Ohio State on one side and UCLA on the other. Got the three colors.
Did you send me that one?
I did.
Let me see if I got it. I don't believe that I do, but go ahead and start talking on it, and then I'll see if I can bring it up.
It's in the studio chat now. I just threw it in there. But yeah, so the statistical challenge is that they pretty much stink at everything they do, except for they're halfway decent at running the ball. Right now, Ohio State is ranked, I think, 69th in the country in run offense. And I've talked ad nauseum about this. There's reasons why we're ranked 69th in the country. And a lot of it has to do with pace of play. The one stat that I kind of like is our rushing average. And I think right now we're ranked in the 50s, like 51st or something like that, which isn't too bad. But UCLA right now is ranked 62nd in the country. So that's the one thing they do well. And the rushing average is actually above ours. So they rush the ball halfway decent, but everything else is garbage. So
everything else is garbage.
Everything else is garbage. So I thought this was kind of cool. And if you follow me on X, you see that I posted this. Dead last. There's 136 teams in FBS right now. 136. And they are ranked 136 in the country in generating sacks per game. And they are also ranked 136 in the country in generating tackles for loss per game. So what does this mean? This means that Julian Sand should have plenty of time to throw the ball, and our rushing game should be able to do fairly well. Their run defense is also ranked 124th in the country. Their total defense is 77th. Their scoring defense is 112th. Just their entire defense just stinks. Scoring offense is 116th. Total offense is 104. Their pass offense is 111th. Sacks allowed. They're ranked 104th in the nation in sacks allowed.
We should be able to get after them.
Hopefully,
Nico's going to crack a couple helmets again.
Yeah, let's crack that helmet again.
Hopefully. Also, I put a little. If you follow me on X, I put little nuggets out there. I thought this was kind of cool. And descending order of scoring. So Nebraska, UCLA scored 28 points against Nebraska. Nebraska is currently right now ranked number 26 in scoring defense. UCLA scored 14 points against Northwestern. Northwestern is ranked number 21 in scoring defense. UCLA scored 10 points against Utah. Utah is currently ranked number 8 in scoring defense. Descending order. They scored 6 points against Indiana. Indiana currently is ranked number 1 in scoring defense. What are we ranked in scoring defense? Number 1. So one would deduce maybe we should allow 6 points or less. Maybe. That's not what the model said, though.
Let's see what the model says, actually. All right. So, Brian, explain the model, briefly. You've been doing it for a little while now. Most people at all kind of know the model. So Tell me
All
a
right.
little bit about the model.
Yeah, so the model strips out all AP polling data, coaches polling, CFP polling. We don't give a shit about polling because polling is, to me, not a good indicator at all. We use all PFF data. I take all 136 teams for the week. I put it in the model. I use all of the 136 teams, defensive and offensive data, all 8 major categories and some other data. And we put it in the model. We weight it a certain way for a proprietary algorithm, and it punches out. And it's done pretty well. This is what we do for our playoff model, or for our playoff projections and top 25. And the model's done pretty good with projecting who should win, and for busting
Busting the spread.
Busting the spread, exactly. So for this week, it says that the score for Ohio State and UCLA is going to be 44-14. I had a fight with the model. I'm not going to lie. I fought with the model, and I went through it. I said, model, come on. Are you serious? And I said Nebraska, Northwestern, Utah, Indiana. I gave it all that. I even went through and talked about, hey, but what about it being a night game in Columbus? We don't ever get night games. Isn't Ohio State going to be hyped up? I said, what about UCLA traveling from LA 3 time zones? That's usually not good for the team traveling, right? And the model was like, Brian, I don't give a fuck. This is what this is what the model says. And I'm like, all right, dog, it's 44-14.
Hey,
so listen, I'll be upset if they score 14 on us. I won't lie.
Yeah,
I will be upset too. And trust me, I will come in and I will talk shit to the model if UCLA does not score 14 points.
And listen, I think that we should score more than 44. We should at least break 50.
I said that too.
Yeah.
I said Indiana scored. Well, to be fair, our pace of play with
That's
what
true.
it is.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the model was kind to us. So
I agree with the 44. I'm struggling to see 14 points for UCLA too.
I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. However, maybe the model knows something we don't. I mean, we gave up, garbage points to Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe Ryan Day is letting second, third stringers play a little more in preparation. I don't know. Maybe the model knows something. I don't.
Well, before we get into our picks, we have the model at 44-14. I got to get a little bit into the locker room before we get going. In the locker room, Doug Shepard Sr. says he got his hats today. Hey, he's a member of the locker room. Send him out some hats. Keep getting in here. AZ Buckeye, he already has his hat. He said that was awesome. We truly do recruit special talents and minds. He's going to be a good one. Absolutely, man. He just has the mindset that he's going to be a stud at the next level. He's just got to keep that head, keep the grind, and can't wait to see him in the scarlet and gray. Temple of Brutus. He's talking about your model, calling it the Oracle. Maybe we should change the name.
What's that?
He said it will lose a fumble. He's going to keep a shot of Columbus's own High Bank Distillery whiskey for the turnover anxiety. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Number 1 defense, absolutely. Spread buster.
Yeah, spread busters.
That sounds lewd.
I will give a shout out to the model because I did ask it this time to give me a box score for what I'm calling the Big Four as we go into the playoff, as we go into Michigan and the Big Ten championship. I do feel like we're going to feature Bo Jackson more, so I feel like that's our Big Four. As we look towards the Triple Crown and Jeremiah Smith, and we look towards the Heisman and Julian Sand, I do feel like, we're going to be looking at some of these stats a little more. So Jeremiah Smith and the model has us at 8 receptions, 128 yards, and 2 tuds. So that keeps us close on our Triple Crown watch. So that's something to keep an eye on.
We'll take that. That. I mean, if you can beat all of the receiving records in your sophomore year, there's something to be said about that. That's for damn sure.
That's crazy.
I mean,
You know,
every major category.
I just
Going back-
posted something a few days ago. I have the exact statistic. I'll see if I can find it, but I have the exact numbers, like how far away he is to each of those.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we were doing a countdown based on averages, but I mean, we could always do it based on how many touchdowns, how many receptions, how many yards too. And I think this week we'll probably start doing that. We should probably do it. The Triple Crown, if you don't already know, follow us on X if you don't, because, we're kind of keeping track of where Jeremiah Smith has to get or what he has to average each week to be the all-time leader in receptions, the all-time leader in receiving yards, and the all-time leader in touchdowns. It's reasonably close that he could get it this year if they do, in fact, go all the way and have 7 more games.
Yeah, pretty.
So
cool.
I'm gonna pull that up and I'll get that in there. But until then,
Yeah.
Cody, you got a score?
You know what? Give me 56-7.
Woo!
57. Boy,
Sheesh. Woo!
You know, I feel like I've been
56.
pretty conservative and giving the other team some credit. I don't see it.
You said 56 to 10? Is that what you said? 7. So Indiana was 56-6.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
We're better than Indiana. Come on.
All right.
56-6.
Yeah, Indiana was 56-6. So what do you guys think?
What do you got?
What do I got?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the model's points. So I'll take 44, but I'll give them 3. I'll give them 3. 44-3.
I was gonna go 38-3.
Okay.
I mean, I do like the 44. I just think that we'll probably slow it down if we're that far ahead. So probably not gonna get really.
I don't disagree.
That point.
I don't disagree with that, but here's what I also think. I also think the running game gets going. I think that even when they try to slow it down, that they'll be able to still run the ball in the late third quarter, fourth quarter.
Okay.
So I found the statistic. He is 64 receptions, 721 yards, and 10 touchdowns away from each of those metrics.
10 touchdowns in 7 games. I mean, that's still doable.
It is. It is.
It sounds like a lot, but it's Jeremiah Smith, so come on.
Yeah, so this is what we figured up on the averages. Over the next 7 games, if he were to average 9.2 receptions, 103 receiving yards, and 1.5 touchdowns, he would break the record.
Okay, which one do you think is more likely?
It's got to be the yards, man. It's got to be the yards.
103 per game. I would imagine so. Yeah.
I feel like that's the one that's most feasible. Because I mean, what he had 100 and was it 130-ish last game? Because he went into last game needing 110, I thought, average, and he busted that.
No, I think he was just barely above it. I think he had 107, something like that.
Maybe you're right. But his average went down because he had quite a bit of yards. So,
Mendoza has a bye week to slow down his stats. Yeah, so we'll catch up. We'll have the same amount of games as them.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, run it up. There we go.
See,
all right, AZ Buckeyes got his score in here, 41-13.
41-13.
Pretty close to mine.
Okay.
Has he been? Is he running the model? AZ Buckeye, get out of my computer, man.
Temple of Brutus says 138. That's what he had last game?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you were a lot closer than I was. Wow.
Man, oh, man. What are your guys' thought on this whole Marcel Reed thing? This just blows my mind. Oh, my goodness. Are you guys keeping up on this, on what's happened in the last few days?
They got to find someone because there's not really anyone in the nation behind Julian Sain and Mendoza. Those are the only two real reasonable choices for Heisman, unless you want to go to Jeremiah Smith.
I think that's what you do.
I think he's third. I mean, he should be at least.
I think you just go to you have Sam, Jeremiah Smith, and Caleb Downs all on the podium.
And then Tate, if you want to add a fifth guy in there.
See, I think it's San, Mendoza, and then everyone else just kind of.
Yeah, it's just a drop off. You might as well just have a 2-horse race and only
'Cause,
invite
like,
those guys.
The reality is they're going to give it to a quarterback. We know that.
Mm-hmm. And it's
So-
going to be one of those two. I mean, they're going to play for it in the Big Ten championship game. Everyone's talking
Yes.
about Penn State and Heisman moments. The Heisman moment isn't even close to happening yet. The Heisman moment's going to be what Sang does against Michigan. And then when
Right.
you're matching up the 1 versus 2, the 1 versus 2 in the Heisman race, the 1 versus 2 in the college football playoff, this game's going to be off the chains crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to mean everything. One
Right.
seed in the college football playoff. It doesn't get a better story than that. You can't write that. You can't make
But
that stuff
how-
up in Hollywood.
How on par would it be? You know, you had the Michigan scandal. How on par would it be for the NCAA to let us down yet again? You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Man.
that's just the NCAA. But anything to get Ty and Pavia and Stockton out of the dinner. Yeah.
Right.
Pavia is actually is one that he kind of deserves to be there. I mean, imagine if he wasn't on his team. What would Vanderbilt be?
The fact that Vanderbilt looks even remotely competent based on what we've seen the last few years, I think that's impressive in itself.
Vanderbilt was decent last year.
Yeah,
And it was because of him, too.
Right,
And
right.
they have a good defense. We'll give them that.
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
I would imagine their coach is probably going to get poached.
They're trying to. Clark, I mean, every coach is getting poached right now, or at least getting the feelers out.
I just, we just had that whole conversation with Max about, hometown and like
Mhm.
he's always going to be a Buckeye. He was never
Mm-hmm.
going to leave. I just feel the same way about Vanderbilt's coach, man. Like, Max and Sam, like they're always going to be Buckeyes. And if you know
Mhm.
anything about Vanderbilt, like him, Clark, and the AD,
Mhm.
they're from Vandy. They grew up in Vandy. That's like their
Yep.
lifelong dream. Like it
Yep.
to me, it would be crazy to me if they left.
And not only that, like if it's a program like what Vandy was, and you build it to that,
Yeah, exactly. Why would you leave?
how are you going to leave that? You know,
Like
You-
that's just bizarre to me. Like you just built like your lifelong iconic like school to a national story, and now you're just gonna leave.
and I think it has the chances to go further. I mean, you talk about NIL when you get in a big city like Nashville, and you start to get that money pumping in. I wouldn't be surprised if they take over a little bit in the SEC. I mean, they're chunking their way to it right now.
That's a bold take. I like it.
Yeah, it's just
Dude, give me
bizarre.
3 years and give me Vandy to win the SEC.
Wow.
Again, I'll take every opportunity I can to say this. Alabama, you suck. Okay, 120th in the country in rushing average. You suck. You're dog poo. Okay, Vanderbilt, you're up and coming. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. But Pavia, you're not going to New York.
We should have asked Max. We should have asked him what he thought the score prediction was going to be.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Imagine if he got it right too. We're like, give up. Man, this guy's good at everything.
Oh man. What else we got on the docket for tonight?
I think that's it, man. I think we got a nice, quick, easy show with, we end it well with this success of, having one of Ohio State's commitments on the show to open it up. And well, I guess we need to go in a little bit. I got to talk a little bit about being in the Woody Hayes today. They asked Ryan Day about passes that Lincoln Keenholz has taken. and they wanted to get him some more passes, but he's only thrown 8 passes on the year. You got to get your backup some time, especially, they've been blowing out teams. It's time for him to throw the ball a few times.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Like a couple times with some of the protection issues with Sand getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding my breath a couple times, man, because Sand is not just a good quarterback. Like he's a generational quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And if he like twists a knee or gets hurt, like that's an issue.
And I heard some people talking like why not have Saying do that quarterback run on the goal line? I was like, why would you?
Why?
When you have Lincoln Keenholz back there, he can run. He's a great runner. I know Julian Sane can run, but why put his body through that stress if you don't have to? Like, on 3rd and long, when you need to get it to extend a drive, understandable. Go ahead, run it. But when you have another running back or quarterback that can run like a running back on the squad, put him out there. I'd like to see more of that, actually. CJ Johnson blocked well.
I got to say,
they took that body on.
What's that, Cody?
People, they were up in arms about putting Lincoln in that situation, but it's like Ryan Day said before the season, we would see extra tight ends. We would see Keenholz run it a few times. It was gonna come, and I think that when you look at Lincoln, he's an extraordinary athlete. He was a three sport athlete at his high school. Great basketball player, tremendous baseball player. I'm not against it at all. I would like to see him get some more time in those blowouts. So I agree.
For sure.
Well, and not only that, but the other thing too is you got to think about, like, sometimes you got to put a play in just to keep a future opponent honest. You got to put a wrinkle in like that. We had a play on a kickoff where we threw a throwback pass. It wasn't so much just to have a fun play. You just kind of want to throw in a wrinkle just to keep a Michigan or a playoff team or someone you're going to see a national championship just a little bit honest. So you have something on tape to keep them just to pause for a second. And I think that's what the Keenholz thing was, not only just to get them in there and to get them a play, but also just some tape to keep someone honest.
Well, and I think
Iron Buckeye guy's been working his butt off. It was fun to see him get that excitement in the end zone and just, flexing afterwards and just being happy to be out there and be part of the team and scoring a touchdown. And that's got to feel good for him, man. All that hard work paid off in the end zone.
When you have an extraordinary athlete like he is, I think that you should utilize him a little bit. Same with Nate Roberts. If you want to utilize a fullback, I think he was put in those situations. Why not? He's a big body. It's different, but whenever you're playing those teams, you can do that. Against Purdue, those teams like that.
And Ohio State's experimenting a little bit. They're still trying to find their identity in some ways in the run game, and it's getting better. It's obviously coming into its own, and you see, if you put up just the running backs and how they're performing, look at their PFF grades, and Bo Jackson's looking pretty good. I'm going to find it here in a second.
Oh, as you get that, that's another discussion that we can have. I posted it earlier. It was actually astonishing to me last night, in the middle of the night. I didn't even know this. Jeremiah Love, and I don't have the stat in front of me, so I'm just going off of memory. It's very neck and neck. Jeremiah Love is averaging like 6.4 and change yards per carry. And to me, again, I keep saying this because to me, that's the yardstick that matters, because when you actually need the yards, how many is your back? How many is your team going to get you when you need it? And on average, Jeremiah Love's at 6.4 and change. And you can see right there, Bo Jackson is, I think, 6.48 or 6.47. So on here, it Browns 6.5. Yeah. So the thing is that Bo Jackson, for all the issues that they're saying about our backs, about our running game, Bo Jackson is actually averaging more yards per carry than Jeremiah Love, the man who they're saying is RB1 in the country, who of all the running backs in the country should be the one that goes to New York.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy who our running back, our RB1, who should be our RB1, he's averaging more yards per carry than Jeremiah Love. Why aren't we having that discussion?
So you're saying we should have 2 freshmen in the Heisman ceremony?
Send Bo to New York.
The problem is they haven't given them the ball enough in the red zone to get the touchdowns, I think.
Well, the part,
yeah, I get your point.
I think I posted this. It was like a 4 or 5 point reason why he doesn't actually have the number of yards. One is, he's a freshman, so the first couple of games, those carries were going to Donaldson and Peoples.
Mm-hmm.
The other issue is that we have kind of running back by committee by four people right now, which is I'm okay with because we have a very long season. Our pace of play is what it is, So I mean, you have all these issues, where I think he's getting almost half the carries. It's not quite half the carries. Maybe it's like 40% of the carries or 60% of the carries that Jeremiah is getting. So, I mean, he's at the end of the day, it's just he's a very good running back. Bo Jackson is. Our team is actually not that bad at running the ball. It's just all these other issues. I don't even call them issues. All these other factors that are into play. Our running game is going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. We're not out.
I can't wait to see it down the stretch run. What this running game is going to turn into, because it's going to be a different animal, just like it was last year. When Tennessee came around and they were ready to, turn up the gas, as Day would say.
Absolutely.
They're going to turn up the gas, man. I can't wait to see it. Day is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. You see all it on their recruiting front too. All of a sudden we bring in all these recruits at the last second because he wants to see their senior film. Well, guess what? Most of them are done or far in the playoffs. Now it's time to turn up the gas, and they turned it up and brought a bunch of guys in, filling out this recruiting class. And when it's time to strike, man, they're going to strike.
Yep, absolutely agree. There was another topic we were talking about earlier I wanted to hit on was, talking about some of the, second string and third string guys getting playing time and how that affects kind of the portal and that window and stuff. And I'm going to throw out my conspiracy theory. I'm going to throw it out, Steve. I'm going to throw my conspiracy theory out regarding Carnell Tate. I'm going to throw it out. I don't think it's true, but I'm just going to throw it out, see if it sticks. I'm going to throw that spaghetti, that Jello on the wall, and we'll see if it sticks. All right, here's my conspiracy theory on Carnell Tate. They said the last game that he went out for warm-ups. He was running around doing his warm-ups, felt a little twinge in his hammy or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Jacorian Moore had an injury. He's probably might be out for the season. We got, a long season ahead of us. You know what? We're going to just let you sit out. Also, too, maybe let Jeremiah get some, let him get some extra
stats.
Yeah, get some extra padded stats. Maybe. I don't know. We'll get, and also too, you start thinking about some of the other guys. You got the portal coming up. Maybe you want to get them a couple snaps, see how that goes. I don't know. I just got this conspiracy theory that it's possible, maybe a factor that two-pronged here, that you want him to sit because you don't want to worry about him getting hurt as we go into Michigan, as we go into the playoffs. And also you have to take in consideration that with the portal window being what it is, it's really small and tight, especially with the playoff and the natty, and they're not even concerned. I mean, they're concerned with it, but they just don't have the time to deal with it. That they're really worried. I don't want to say worried, but they've got the players that they have on the team now. They want to get them reps. They either don't want them to leave or they want to evaluate them. So they want to see them on the field. So I don't know. I just got this conspiracy theory that maybe some players are going to sit, let them play UCLA, some other games.
No. If you're a wide receiver at Ohio State and you leave, you just blew a lottery ticket, man. You blew a lottery ticket. If you're a wide receiver at Ohio State, you don't leave that team. There ain't no way. You just bide your time. You keep your head down. You grind. You see the field. You go to the NFL. That's just the way we're built. And it's almost like that everywhere else at Ohio State. No reason to leave. You bide your time. You make it to the NFL. You could be the second wide receiver on the team. You could be the third wide receiver on the team. And it's only getting better every year. You look at those recruits coming in. You've talked about it, Cody. You see who's coming in. You see their stats. It's getting better every year. And it's weird to say we didn't think we'd see anything after Marvin Harrison Jr. And then along comes JJ. And then along comes JJ. Now Chris Henry Jr. is going to come.
Yep, absolutely.
Dude, they're just stacking on, stacking on, stacking in. And if you do transfer out, it's because everyone else in front of you is better. And you're not.
And don't discount Caden Dixon Wyatt either. He's a special talent as well.
I'm telling you, Quincy Porter is going to be the next one.
Yes,
you're all going to be good.
QPJ is going to be.
But just a matter of time and seeing the field because you got to be excellent. You can't drop the ball. You can't drop. You can't have one drop ball, or you're gonna get see the bench for a little bit.
Also, to your point, I want to bring this up too. To your point about not leaving, I really want to bring this up about CJ Hicks. This guy, also a Dayton guy, followed him, King Hicks, 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
There's some chatter. I've heard some people talk about, hey, they're going to slap a red shirt on him.
Mm-hmm.
He might leave. I have no news about this. I have no inside knowledge about this, but I don't buy that for a minute. This is what I think is going on. This kid, in my opinion, I can't even call him a kid. This man, Ohio State guy, has stayed. He bid his time, and finally they moved him to edge, and they saw what he could do.
Yep,
dude is a game wrecker.
I think he just needs more pounds.
Dude, he gained the weight.
He will. Dude, he'll gain more next year.
No, I'm telling you. No, look at his weight on. He gained the weight this year. Sure. Can he gain a few more pounds? Sure, but it's escaping. It's a little late. Who was number 11? Penn State last year.
Abdul Carter.
Telling you, he's the next Abdul Carter. And I posted this preseason. Like, he's Abdul Carter. And he's a game record just like that. They moved him to edge. They saw what he could do. There's just too much on the defense this year.
Yep. Too much talent.
There's too much. And I'm telling you,
what's like
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I'm telling you, I feel like what happened is they said, look, you just need one good year to be the feature edge rusher at Ohio State, and
you're in the NFL.
You punched your ticket.
Yep.
And it's my gut feeling he's getting a red shirt. He'll be back next year. He'll be the feature edge rusher. And I'm telling you, next year, everyone's going to be talking about CJ Hicks. That's just my personal opinion. CJ, if you're listening, if you're out there, if you're even thinking about leaving, don't leave.
I think you hit the nail on the head, man. He knows it only takes one good year and you're off to the NFL. And that's speaking for all the recruits, anyone who's going to Ohio State or thinking about Ohio State. You only need that one good year. Bide your time. Keep your head down. Grind. Time to end the show. God bless everyone.
Arbel Reese. Just look at Arbel.
Yeah.
1 year. 1 year.
Caden Curry. That 1 year, he's going to be off to the NFL, man.
Caden McDonald.
There. Another one. Yep.
Just trying to keep my plug for CJ, man. I want to see CJ.
He'll be around. He'll be around next year, man. He's an Ohio boy. He's going to put on some weight. He's going to get off that edge, and he's going to go to the NFL next year after a solid 1 year of a grind, man. Anyway, thanks for setting all this up, Cody Croy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Cody,
it. Brian,
No
as
problem.
always, thank you for
Thanks,
bringing
Max.
the goods. God bless. Take care. Good night, Buckeye Nation. OH.
Ayo.